Hello guys, how are you? Bricks Nostalgia here, finally posting a video about an update about my Lego container ship. This mock I've been working on for quite a few months now. Why so long? Just because life commitments are keeping me very busy, so there is very little time that I can dedicate to my Lego hobby at the moment. So in this update I'm going to show you an almost final version of the mock. We are going to go through it in detail in a moment. I just want to show you very briefly with this view a size comparison, just to give you a sense of scale. That is the mock I'll be talking about, with a couple of container ships that come from vintage Lego sets from the early 90s. They are set 6542. These two come from 6542 and this one comes from 6541. Just as a reminder, what I tried to do building this mock was to make a bigger version of this one you see here. So let me take these smaller ships on the side and let's get a closer look at the bigger ship. So a very quick close up here from the front, moving towards the middle and the back of the ship. I rearranged quite a lot the proportions of the ship, as in the previous video this was a lot larger. This section was a lot larger and it could accommodate 5 rows of containers. It's just that then I realized it was too large and too big, so I decided to shrink things a bit, and actually I prefer these new proportions a lot more. So now you can see that they fit 3 rows of containers and it's just enough. And here on the back we have the last section with the cabin section, let's say, with the structure that will accommodate control room and structure for other activities. I'm gonna give you a close-up in a second. We're gonna take care of each section in a minute. Just gonna finish giving you a brief overview here. I like a lot this back section, honestly. I like it very much, and I'm actually gonna take occasion already now to show you here the doors I've been building for this mock, and they were inspired by the passenger wagon of the Emerald train. These doors are smaller than regular doors that you would use for houses, and I also like a lot the look of them, but yeah, the size, the fact that they're a bit smaller allowed for the ship to look bigger than what it actually is. So let me rearrange things a bit, and I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give a close-up to another couple of features of the build. Okay, so we're gonna briefly remain first on this latter section of the build to show you that I put a bit of interiors in this structure, even if they're not finished yet. So we're gonna remove the roof, and inside you can see the control room that is supposed to allow you to control the ship. Then we have a lower section where there is supposed to be a dining room. Unfortunately, the space is very little, so there hasn't been a chance to put many details yet. And then there is a very last section, one more, that at the moment has nothing in it, but the plan is to put a couple of engines into it, fake engines, and a desk, and making it look that this is going to be engine room with some equipment to control the engines. and here is the whole thing put back together. Now, I don't... sorry, what I meant is that there is another feature that I wanted to show you about this build, and it's the fact that I built it in using a modular approach. This is due to the fact that the ship itself is pretty big and heavy and large, so in case I want to transport it, it was better to be able to split it in different sections. Now, I'm gonna show you very briefly each section, and I'm gonna give you a close-up so you can see a bit better what this is about. So first of all, once you remove the containers, I just have some panels of this type. This is just a temporary solution. I will see what to do in the future. You can remove them in order to have access to the inner space. Now, the funny thing, as you can see, everything is supposed to be connected by Technic pins. And what you're gonna get to see now is actually how unfinished the ship is in reality, because you can see that it's missing pretty much the bottom, as I don't have the pieces yet. So everything is quite hollow inside. There's no ground or floor for it. So this is the front section. Something good is that that made the build very cheap to build is that I use a ton of 2x4, 2x2 and 3x2 regular bricks, so very common bricks, nothing special. And the interesting part of this front section is how I built the front, and I used for it a ton of inverted bricks, trying to give it this effect, as you can see here. Then we move to the middle section. As you can see here, very hollow, but it holds together very well. I'm using Technic beams over here just because I don't have the others, but if I will be able to get other Lego bricks in the future, I'll be more than happy to replace these ones I have here. And once again, it's pretty hollow, but there's supposed to be some plates here on the bottom covering up. And then there is this final section that actually has the plates in place, and so it's a bit more complete than the rest. Something I wanted to point out is actually that due to the fact that the ship has been built this way, if you get the pieces, you can build another section like this added to this build and make the ship bigger, a lot longer. Not the width is not going to change, but the length is going to change. And what I think, however, is that the proportions of the whole thing still would suit very well, because if you look at the real container ships, they are very, very long ones compared to their width. So I suspect that if I was to add another section, still things will look of the right proportions. I'm not planning to make this ship any bigger due to the fact that I'm planning to put this on a Lego city once I will have a Lego city, so I want to keep I don't want to make it any bigger. I'm planning to, as next project, I'm planning to build a big crane and a dock where this can be parked. And however, in case you wanted to make it bigger and put it on display on its own, it's very interesting to note that all this hollow space that there is here then at that point could be used to add more details, like add more goods or add small trucks or forklifts or something like that, because already now a minifig would fit in comfortably in this area. If you were to make it even bigger at the point, you could put also some vehicles like cars, forklifts and trucks, like I already mentioned. Okay, so let me put this together and I'm going to show you where I'm keeping it at the moment, which is on a shelf. Okay, so we are about to reach the 10 minutes length in the video, so I'm gonna come to a conclusion. This is where I'm keeping the build now. It's on a shelf and I'm keeping it next to the tugboat of the original the vintage set it comes from. I like to put them together because it gives a nice sense of scale, and at the moment it's gonna stay there. It's gonna stay there for a long time because I really like this build. I will keep adding things on top and finish the build over the next few months. At the moment it stays here and it looks great. So guys, don't forget to rate the video, as you can still do that. And in case you have any questions, you won't say anything about it, feel free to go to my Instagram account. You should see the link down in the description below. Okay, so don't forget, so I'll see you later guys, and stay tuned as there will be more projects coming over the next few months. Okay, bye bye.